Hey everyone, are we back? Is it the 2025 fantasy football season? I think so. I'm going to run down a couple of the top wide receivers, go through their injury history, talk about where it'd be a steal to grab them and where you shouldn't probably reach for them. But let's dive into it a little bit. I haven't talked with a lot of you in a while. Some of you might be new watching this, so a little bit of my background. I'm Dr. Nithin Natwa. I'm a sports medicine physician, and I've been doing injury analysis on this account for about 4 to 5 years. Seems like people like it. This is my daughter Mila. She became a crowd favorite around last year and just love, so you'll probably see her pop up here too. But let's get into it. All right, and we'll go from first off. We have Malik Neighbors. He had a turf toe a little bit earlier in this off-season period of time. They said that it's nothing. Turf toes can linger for a pretty long period of time. They can cause chronic issues, but in a lot of cases, it's just some minor inflammation. We got to see how he practices at this upcoming training camp. I think it starts on July 23rd. As long as he's a full participant, I wouldn't have any kind of concerns about this. But if he's even limited a little bit with that toe designation, we got to start getting concerned. There's going to be that MTP joint right up there. Turf toe happens when you jam your foot into the ground in hyper extension, as you see right over there. I'm going to start going a lot more into depth into these injuries. That'll probably be a long form version up on YouTube, and on TikTok and Instagram, it's going to be kind of these short bursts of information. So with Malik, as long as he doesn't have any kind of toe issues going on here, then I'm okay grabbing him in the second round. If they start saying that he's having toe issues, if he starts missing practices or anything like that, that drops him down to round 4 or 5 for me. I think that it's kind of a high risk at that point in time. But as long as there's no practices getting missed, I would write this up to a nothing burger. Puka, man, this guy burned a lot of people last season with that PCL injury. Also, they signed Devontae Adams, so where are we going to hit Puka here? I think that Puka is still going to be someone who is a top-tier wide receiver. I don't think Adams is really going to affect his production much. Adams is 33. We already saw how well Puka did with Kupp in the round, so I'm not worried about this PCL. He's had more than enough time to recover from it, and it shouldn't really affect his production. The PCL doesn't require surgery in most cases, and Puka didn't get surgery. I'm trying to get him in the second round. I think first round's too early. All right, so Nico Collins, he had a hamstring injury, and hamstring injuries tend to scare a lot of people off. It's typically that bicep femoris right there. It gets that dual innervation, and it gets injured mostly in the lengthening period of time. But I'm overall not concerned about Nico Collins with the OTAs. They didn't show any kind of soft tissue injuries or anything like that. Once again, watch the practice reports for preseason starting on 23rd, and assuming that he's not showing any issues there, once again another player that I would be fine taking in the second round. And if he ends up in that round 3, round 4, he's a steal and you got to grab him there. No injury concerns though overall. CeeDee Lamb, he's gonna be a first round pick. He had an AC joint sprain right up there. He had a 5-month recovery period. I think I gotta put it down. He had no redshirt days and OTAs. He's been feeling 100%. Soft AC joint sprains usually heal back without issue. He's at 5 months to recover from it. I think that he's a reach in the top 3, but if he drops down to 6, 7, that's a must draft. Let's talk Justin Jefferson. He had that awful hamstring injury 2 seasons ago, but last season he didn't miss any games and he finished as the wide receiver number 2. This season he gets JJ McCarthy as his QB. It's going to be a safety release valve. I think that Justin Jefferson's a great wide receiver to draft in that first round. Once again, around that pick 5 or later, I wouldn't pick him top 3, but I do think he's got a chance at being the top overall wide receiver. Looks like the GPS data recorded that he's got his top end speed back, and it doesn't seem like he missed any practices out of the ordinary in OTA. All right, let's talk about the last, certainly not least player, Ja'Marr Chase. This dude, pick him up wherever he's available. He didn't miss any games last season. He had an ankle sprain, but didn't cause him any kind of issues. It was a low ankle sprain. We've talked before about those, and typically they're able to be played through. We talked about ligaments that can be injured there. In addition, he had bruised ribs, but also didn't miss any games from that. It happened around week 6. I'm not concerned. OTAs, all systems were go. It sounds like he's a full participant. And then we got a healthy Burrow back this season as well. Burrow and Chase's connection was electric last season. I don't really expect a drop off. Pull the trigger on Ja'Marr Chase if he's on the board whenever you have a pick.